You know what's absolutely devastating is to have, I don't know, good chunk of time spent recording videos and then realize the microphone wasn't turned on. That's kind of a little gut wrenching. So when I thought I had finished all the content I wanted to cover, it did not turn out that way. So here I am again. Hello, friends, and welcome to Higher, Holier History. I'm Jessica Taylor Robertson, and I am hopefully going to try to help you uncover your stories through the pages of history. And today I had a beautiful message all lined up in my head, and through the process of trying to film, apparently that kind of uncovered another detail to the whole message. And so hopefully this whole mess serves as a message in itself. And sometimes we come into stories halfway through it being told, kind of like Jared from Christian Homestead and my interview. Some people were kind of like, loved it, but wanted to know the backstory. And yeah, sometimes we are given little snippets in our family history, different stories to kind of look at, and that's part of the journey. That's part of the excitement of uncovering and getting to know your ancestors, is really taking the time and picking all the pieces together and putting the picture completely together. And that journey is it's an important journey, and it's one that helps train you and prepare you to receive more. And I don't want to rob you of that. And as much as I wanted to really dive deep into Jared's and my interview, I feel like it also served its purpose. I had a beautiful conversation with my friend, and she called me. She's like, okay, I need to know the backstory and I need to know it now. And I was like, well, do you have a little bit of time? Because it's pretty deep. And through the process of talking with her and taking her from where I wanted to begin to where we ended the conversation, it was beautiful. It really, really was beautiful. And it is an experience that I don't want to take away from somebody. Because if I were to lay it all out there, I wouldn't have had this amazing opportunity to minister and to uplift and to deliver even more of a message to my dear friend. And so to my friend, I love you. Thank you. And thank you for giving me the kick in the butt to put this out there, because I really was having a really hard time trying to put together this video. It is difficult. As a writer, I can write and I can tell you so many beautiful things, but then when it comes to doing this type of communication, my heart and head play tug of war, and they really go at it, and then I'm left without any delivery because I keeled over, and I'm like, yep, nope, we're done. So, but there is something I want to share with you. my son and I were doing a math lesson, and this really was what sparked it all. And I'm going to read it. It says, certain things need to be done in a specific order or they don't turn out the same. And I just want to emphasize that sometimes we get so caught up in the moment, and sometimes we want the story to be perfect the first time around, and that's not life. We are brought into situations, circumstances while it's already in play, and we just got to keep going forward. And that's the journey. And as much as we sometimes wish it was different, it's when we see it in a different perspective that we can really appreciate what's being said and what's happening. So my dear friends, let's take it one moment at a time, one layer at a time, and let it resonate deep in your hearts and develop in such a beautiful way. And I really, really, really hope that as we embark on this journey together, that you could really feel and see for yourself the messages that are all around you, that are speaking to you in so many different levels. And as we listen and act on that call, because that's really what my interview with Jared was all about, is listening and acting on that call. We all have special desires, hopes, dreams, and wishes of things. And as long as we involve the Lord in those things, He'll make it happen. And we, in return, are His hands and feet here on this side of the veil. And as long as we listen to that voice, miracles like what Jared and I were able to experience, the mountain was moved and he was able to come to Kirtland and be able to experience something that he desired, that he was like, yeah, that's so not happening. And so that's my message for today. And it's an important lesson to learn, especially when you're working with family history, is that we can't always start at the beginning. You know, we can't always start at a birth record. Sometimes it's the death record that prompts us to look. And so let the story develop the way it needs to develop, and trust in that process. And I promise you, beautiful things will happen, and you will fall more in love with the people you work with as you allow them to develop the story the way they need it to be told. Because kind of like what it says, certain things need to be done in a specific time, in a specific order. We can't put a box on that, like no beginning, no middle, no end. It's where it has to be. So anyways, thank you for being patient with me. This is not the format that I wanted. I was trying to use the camcorder and that did not work. And so until I get used to the camcorder, unfortunately, it's going to be this type of format until I can get comfortable with this process. And yeah, so until next time, friends, have a good one, and I'll see you soon.